So we have no idea what the hell would lead the watch to sending us somewhere as weird as heartbeats, but it's not traditional time travel.
I have been wrapping my head around it, and there was a far less complicated solution that I didn't consider.
Yeah,
Could be multiverse?
I think I'm gonna need to sit down.
Yeah, how are you doing, Trev?
Eh, I I actually feel different. Like chill, but not really. Come to think of it, I felt it in heartbeats too.
Wonder if that has to do with the magical variants you've been encountering, which lends credence to my newest theory, honestly.
Yeah, that could be it. I totally know what that means. Honestly, at this point, you could just say words and I'll believe it.
Yeah, you're telling me. I still can't wrap my head around all of this, even though it's the only sensible solution. The watch isn't just a time machine, it also moves dimensions.
I mean, we always kind of knew about the planar verse and many worlds and such.
Oh, yeah, that was a given, what with the Feywild and all that, but still, there may be worlds no one back home knows exists. Whole universes with new rules and different histories. It could be overwhelming to think about.
Mierda, I hadn't even considered that. Thanks for that dose of existential dread, Rahzara. So, magic variants, you were saying, before my head explodes?
I mean, is it that surprising considering the kind of wild stuff that was happening? Anyway, yeah, let me check the masking system to see what it's picking up. If there is a major change to this world's weave of magic, we'll be able to detect it that way.
You mean the thing that controls the world's whole means of interacting with magic?
Yes, Van Tross, you know what the weave is. That's 101 shit.
Yeah, I know, but remember, we aren't alone.
Right, the hypothetical audience.
It's not hypothetical. Once I get back, we can upload this as a podcast, and those people may not know what the weave is.
I somehow doubt they wouldn't know.
Still, due diligence.
That phrase is not used the way you are using it.
Well, poop. Anyway, is the weave any different, or am I just getting dimension hot motion sick?
Well, that could be possible. There is definitely a pretty big variance here. In fact, I think most of your magic may be DOA here.
What do you mean?
Well, it looks like magic here is fundamentally tied to the forces of nature.
So everyone's a druid?
In a way, it seems like the major distinctions of magic are split in four.
So, like, pyromancy's definitely one of them, right? It always is.
Fire, water, air, and earth. Usual suspects for this kind of thing.
You ever think it's weird that plants and rock get lumped into earth and these kinds of things? Or ice and water? Even lightning with fire. What story did that become an assumed connection? Also, did I just call it a story? I meant world, though it does remind me of a few stories back home.
I think you're missing the point, but my own ramblings about this style of magic can be saved when you're home, because, as you imagine, I have opinions.
Would have never guessed.
Before you trick me into going off about this, we have bigger fish to fry. I don't know if now you know any evocation, but that may be all you can lean on here.
Got it. I mean, I know some. Couple air windy ones, few watery themed icy ones. I learned a lot of spells in my 3 years at Hakora. I can work out my book accordingly.
Okay. I think you should be set then.
Are they all, like, devoted to one, or can I mix and mingle?
Trevor, the watch is a sense of the way magic works, not this world's history and culture. Least of all if you can fake being some sort of ultimate power for having a basic grasp on evocation. If you're worried about that, stick to one until you see otherwise.
Alright, I'll just wing it then.
I am always afraid when you say that.
I mean, what have I steered us wrong up until now?
Do you want it as a list or as a PowerPoint?
Que chistosa. Anyway, can we keep moving? We're on the outskirts of a city here. And I see a massive clock tower in the distance, too. They must be somewhat tech advanced for that. At least what, steampunky?
Well, that seems like a good place to start as any. Also, steampunk is a genre and not an era of technological advancement.
You say era of technological advancement, I say potato.
Right. Yes, that is an accurate summation of our friendship, honestly, especially with a certain nickname I've started to enjoy for you more and more.
Anyway, heading into town now.
Have fun, potato boy.
I will try my damnedest.
It seems like an interesting enough spot from what you're telling me. I wonder...
What, you want to see it for yourself?
Yeah, that's it, exactly. I wonder if I can play with something on mine and see if I can get a look through the watch.
It would need a camera.
Or scry.
Oh, true. Wait, does this mean you could have watched up all of these until now?
We'll find out now, won't we?
Well, folks back at home, while Rahzara boldly tampers with forces outside of our depth, I will be wandering this new town and sharing all the details with you. Let me be the first from Faerun to welcome you to...
You lead into that monologue without knowing the town's name?
Shut up, the sign's super close by, I just can't make it out yet. Rokedai, that's it, that's the name. You can edit that to sound better, right?
I certainly could.
Good enough for now. Anyway, audience, we're gonna take a look into this new town and hopefully not have to deal with too serious an adventure this time around.
The seriousness ranges.
If you were hoping for a peaceful time, you came to the wrong plane.
Ah! Oh, sorry about screaming in your face. You startled me.
What?
Good. Means I'm doing my job correctly.
Whoa there, that's pretty edgy. Tref, do you need anything from my end?
I think we're okay. What do you even mean about doing your job, though?
You could say honing fear is a skill of mine.
So, like a dark mage or something. Rahzara, I thought you said this place only did elemental stuff.
Did. I can't see any chance that a dark mage sort of thing would exist here.
I don't know who you're talking to, but you're correct. This world does not have my exact forms of magic coming through its weave.
So, you're like me?
In some regards, I suppose.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely better dressed.
Your sense of humor is matched only by your hubris.
I am going to take that as a compliment.
What are you doing here?
I mean, since I already spilled the beans to you, I'm just passing through. Plan to spend a little time here and then get out as soon as my device picks up enough energy.
So long as that is the extent of your business here, I suppose you won't be an issue.
Thanks?
Though be aware, I will be keeping my eyes on your time here.
What are you, some kind of dimension cop? I didn't even get your name.
My name is Perrin. I am just a concerned traveler. Since you seem new to this all, let me explain something very critical to you. This world has its own path, one independent of our own lives. Since we can branch these pathways, it is tempting to impact the worlds we encounter, change major outcomes. Though it is in those actions, in the tampering of these worlds' paths, that we bring about even worse entropy. So, keep to your business, and while you're under my shadow, do not step out of line.
Okay. Wait. Ugh, sorry audience, our ghastly guest star seems to have just bamfed on out before I could try Charlene's interviewer tips on them.
We'll keep our eyes out for them. That seems to be the best we can do right now.
Freaky. Seemed like Perrin could still use some of their magic even with a different weave.
We may need to work that one out on our own time. I think that for now the best thing to do is go into town and see what they were so worked up about. Do a bit of investigation.
So much for a simple leisure trip.
I am starting to doubt we're ever going to get a day off with the way we're going.
Maybe the Watch is purposely sending us into volatile bullshit.
No wonder it's staying so close to you then.
Oh, ha ha.
Anyway, I think until we know for sure why Perrin's acting so eagle-eyed with this place, we should lay low. No wild adventure shit until we get some answers. Go on now, potato boy. Put that interviewer spirit to work and get some info on this Rokedai place.
Finally, something I can handle. I need a good rhyme for this audience.
You really don't.
Recon for recon?
Never say that again.
We'll workshop it.
No, we won't.
Fun killer.
It seems this place is pretty lively from what sounds I'm picking up.
Yeah, with all the balloons around and stuff, I think we stumbled into a party.
If we weren't being stalked by some sort of shadow mage, I would say you deserve a second to kick back and relax. But I think we have more pressing matters to attend to.
Right. That does leave a lot of people open to talk, though. Maybe someone here can explain what moment is of such importance that we aren't supposed to touch.
Yeah, but we'll keep walking past him if you're talking to your watch. You're Mr. Impulsive Extrovert. This should be your area of expertise, yeah?
I mean, you didn't need to be so underhanded about it, but yeah, this is my element. Though finding someone to interview for the show isn't as simple as you think, Rahzara. The perfect guest isn't just gonna fall out of the sky. I said the perfect guest wasn't gonna just fall out of the sky.
You were really banking on that, weren't you?
A little bit, yeah, but okay, if we have to do this the old-fashioned way, we could... Oof. Hey, watch it!
Ow! Oh! Sorry about that, mister! I was just moving very fast and didn't see you standing around in the middle of the road like that.
Oh, no worries, Wait, Okay, kid, point taken.
Whatever do you mean?
Alright, if you're gonna sass me like that, you better at least tell me what you had you barreling down the street at breakneck speed.
Oh, thank the primordials we found you.
You just took off. You know we can't keep up like that.
Oh, hi you two. I knew you would catch up eventually. You always do.
Tomu can just dust himself around. I had to run without using my powers as a crutch.
Oh boy, Trevor. Looks like she had a posse. Perhaps your grand adventure this time around will be babysitting.
Gods, if I have to play chaperone at a festival to avoid some world path schism or whatever the fuck, I will send Perrin a strongly worded letter.
What makes you think they had something to do with this?
I don't know, but until I find out otherwise, I'm blaming them.
Whatever keeps you emotionally stable, my dude.
To answer your question, we were on our way to get lunch. There's a shop here that makes pork buns. Not as great as the ones back in the night market, but whenever I'm here, I always get some. Would you want to come with us?
Pork buns? That's oddly specific. Also, yeah, sure, I can tag along, though I am curious why you're just asking out of nowhere like this.
You haven't tried them yet? Well, now that's even more reason to try them.
I don't know, Azza. They could be a threat.
They don't seem all that threatening, personally.
I'm still shocked you haven't had a pork bun from here before. Everyone loves them.
You can say I'm from out of town.
I don't even know what kind of town you could be from with ears like those.
Hey, you have no room to talk about fashion sense, kid.
I don't know. Maybe wannabe Golden Age superhero is a look here.
Maybe. Hey, wait, how did you...
Well, you was gonna make it work. I got a video feed.
Where and how?
Don't question me, Vantros.
Well, it's nice you're on my side in this one.
Nah, take no sides. I was about to berate you for forgetting to turn on the masking protocol. Dingus.
Oh, yeah, almost forgot about that.
Next project is making that an automatic sequence.
Who's your friend?
Shit.
Hey kids.
Oh, that's Rahzara. She's helping me out on my travels.
How? She's not even here.
Well, it's a video feed that...
Remember world paths and that shit?
Oh, right. I mean... magic?
Excellent work, as always.
That is a strange kind of magic if what you're saying is true. What kind of Monet are you?
No, what now?
Are you one of those, I only call it primordialist, give your magic the reverence it deserves, people?
What? No. What are you even talking about? Is Primordialist your world's name for wizards?
I only heard of wizards in fantasy stories.
Wait a place, that's a first.
They're not entirely unexpected, considering what we know about this world's weave.
Now you're the one spilling technobabble, Rahzara.
I can't help it! This still fascinates me.
Well, now we're even more screwed in the whole keeping our work a secret angle.
We don't usually try to do that since one of us tends to have a very big mouth.
Now I'm just confused.
I think our new friends should start explaining what they're doing here.
Since you clearly have no idea what you're talking about.
Everyone's so antsy today. What gives?
Would believe some kids. I'm pretty sure we can just spill.
You know, you're probably right, Rahzara. Okay. Okay, so here's the deal, kids. My name's Trevor, but Trev works fine. My friend Rahzara and I come from somewhere very far away. We come from somewhere where our magic works differently. Our technology is way more advanced, and on top of all that, we have pizza.
What's pizza?
Oh, you poor kids.
Trevor, not the time.
It is always pizza time.
I hate you.
And how are we supposed to believe that you're from another place and not just, lying to gain our trust?
Why would I care about the trust of 3 random kids off the street who, may I add, bumped into me first?
And it was your redheaded friend there who invited us to get pork buns, which I may or may not be a little upset that I won't get to try.
Count your blessings. You wouldn't have to deal with stomach adjustments to other world's food.
Boucher.
Well, if what you're saying is true, then you have to come get lunch with us and tell us everything about where you come from.
I
will admit, I am a bit curious to hear about your kinds of magic.
Well, if you want a demonstration, I can happily provide.
Treff.
What? Come on. Do you think brooding tall and edgy is going to be able to watch our every movement? We could show some magic to some kids, I'd imagine. It's like a magic show. What multiverse or whatever could be caused by a magic show for children?
Famous last words, Vantros.
Anyway, do you three happen to know why this big old festival's happening here?
What makes you think we should tell you again? Especially since, we don't know why you're here or where you came from.
So that means it must be pretty dang important if you feel the need to keep it under wraps.
What? How did you...
Stick with me, bud. I can show you how to bullshit like a champ. But to answer your question, Rahzara and I are from another plane? World? Whatever you prefer to call it.
Like, the spirit realm.
Sounds a bit too mystical for what we do, but let's go with that.
Tref essentially got his ass lost and is hopping from place to place to eventually make it back home.
But while I pop in and out, I stop, smell the roses, and help where I can.
So you're lost.
In a cosmic sense, yes.
You sound very comfortable for someone so far lost.
Well, eventually I'll find my way back, and at that point, time mumbo jumbo will make it like I hardly even left.
We can hope.
See, Tomu, they aren't any harm. They just want to go back home. And so the least we can do is take them to lunch, hear some stories, and maybe see that magic show.
Yes, well, to get to the pork bunstone, we will have to pass by the central pavilion where the dignitaries are meeting, so we best move quickly before they actually begin the summit.
So that's what's going on here. Some sort of political summit?
If the outcome of this is important enough, that could explain what Perrin was so up in arms about.
Who's that?
Some creepy person who stopped us on the street. Really, it's nothing to worry about. Let's get lunch. All this exposition has me famished.
Creepy person? You're just gonna leave it at that, huh?
We should be fine, kid. So, I didn't even get your names.
Oh, right. Well, I'm Azafina. And these are my two best friends, Tomu and Annalise.
A pleasure.
So, what are some things you've seen on your big trip or whatever?
Oh, a ton. Like, I was in space for a bit? That's wild.
Like, up with the stars?
Yep, it was a pretty good time. Honestly, I have no idea how I'm gonna go back to school life after all this.
I'll help you don't let planar hero dumb get to your head, bud. I still need my lab partner.
You know I wouldn't ditch you for something as small as praise, Rahzara. I can get that anywhere I go, even Hikora.
Right.
Anyway, magic. Y'all know Chromatic Orb?
What?
Oh, is that something your powers can pull off? I want to see.
Alright,
Hey, remember what we said about...
I can show off a basic spell like this, don't worry. Parent won't get on my ass for something like that. Like you said earlier, 101 shit.
That's not what I...
Ooh.
It's a ball of fire. I mean, it's well done, but nothing too impressive.
I thought you didn't want me to do something wild as we passed by the summit thing you were keeping so under wraps.
Well, it's just the leaders of the nations discussing things. There have been some tensions lately, and they don't want it to escalate much further.
You know, some big words for being a kid who bumped into me on the street.
I'm a quick study.
Regardless, I think you would have something more interesting than something Azza could do.
I don't mean to brag, but...
Okay, point taken. Watch this. You want something new? You got it.
Wait, did you just...
Yep, now it's ice.
How did you...
What? Chromatic Orb just changed between a ton of elements really fast. You get to pick what kind it is when you fire it off.
And you said anyone can do that?
Yeah, it's a pretty basic spell where I come from.
So is everyone in your world a Primus?
Azza, keep it down! You're gonna start rumors this way.
The fuck is a Primus?
That is what I was afraid of. Not Perrin.
This Primus thing we know nothing about.
Jeff, do you remember like 20 minutes ago when you asked about if the people here were stuck with only one kind of elemental magic?
Yeah, so... Fuck.
Our countries are all tied to one of the ancient primordial gifts, the Valkyrian Republic and water, the Zingwa Empire with fire, the United Cities of Isokana bonded to the earth, and the nation-states of Agiolis tied to the air.
And let me take a crack. Only this Primus can use all four?
Yup.
Hell, only this Primus figure can reasonably use more than one.
Just about.
And I just made this ball of fire into a ball of ice in the middle of a populated summit during a festival.
That's correct.
Mierda.
I was trying to warn you.
The only reason I'm not asking if you're the Primus is because I already kind of have to believe that you're from another realm, and that's confusing enough for one day.
Yeah, but the others who saw that did not get that context.
I suggest we make a quick egress.
With her, you gotta get out of there.
Running seems to be what you three are good at, so let's get out of here, yeah?
Way ahead of you.
See you at the pork bun stand!
Wait, I still don't know where that is.
Oh, I would tell you, but you did make fun of my outfit earlier, so...
Big chicken wrong.
Can't hear you over the sound of all the whispers of people mistaking you for a Primus. Bye!
I can show you the way, just try and keep up.
Why does everyone assume I'm so slow at running?
Because you feel the need to quip at everything.
Touché, kid. Let's move.
My name is Annalise.
Right. I'll get that eventually. Sorry.
Honestly, you should stick around. The world needs more Primus. We haven't seen one in so long.
No thanks, Azafina. I am not the kind for that kind of responsibility. Besides, what's the big deal about these Primus people anyway?
They only appear every so often in our world, and when they do, they bring about a new era. Usually one of peace and prosperity, guiding our world with their powers and leadership.
Yeah, Trevor, you should totally stick around then. Because when I think guide to peace, prosperity, and leadership skills, I think of you.
Yeah, right. I'd be terrible for all that. Just because someone can use some different elements to their magic doesn't make them fit for that kind of bullshit. That's way too much pressure.
I suggest we all shut up about the P word since we narrowly avoided upset in the plaza, and I would like to not cause this pork bun shop to flip out over something that we know is not true.
I don't know. You could be the fun pre.
Aza,
I mean, I think you could be good at it.
You have way too much faith in me.
I would be one to agree.
Okay, for real, what did I do to you, kid? Like, I get I made fun of your outfit, but what the fuck?
I'm just calling it as I see it.
Just lay off, okay?
What? Being harassed by a child?
You try being harassed by a child and see how you like it.
I live with you!
Point taken.
Honestly, I don't think I'm putting too much faith in you, Trevor. You seem nice enough, and I think that everyone, if given the chance, would do the right thing with the powers they have been given. So I think with enough time, you would be able to fill in the shoes of a Primus nicely. The fact you don't think you're ready means you take it seriously enough.
I really appreciate that, but I'm going to be fully transparent here. I said that because I didn't want to have to do things. I barely want to do homework when given that, let alone running 4 nations.
Oh.
what's homework?
Research but mandated.
Take me with you.
Anyway, we should probably figure out just how much of a scare we gave the plaza, huh?
You know, that might actually be a good plan.
Okay, I'll be right back.
So does she just do that?
It's better if you don't ask. My friends tried to figure out how it worked once, and they ended up staying all night getting loopy and drawing a scribble on the map of Hangdao.
What?
My point is, it's one of those things that's better not to question.
I mean, fair enough, I guess. Also, I never asked, but what are you kids doing here? Political summits don't seem to be you three's thing, just off the vibes you give off.
The state of our kingdoms is very much our business.
Well, that I can agree to, way more yours than mine.
There is a sense of something darker over the horizon, you know? We are really hoping that this summit could bring about some positive changes. Maybe avoid the worst coming to pass.
The worst being... Oh.
There is a reason that nowadays even an offbeat joke about a Primus gets people stirring. They want to believe, and since there hasn't been a Primus in so long, some are beginning to think one will never come.
Do you think if people believed in a Primus again, there'd be some sort of positive change?
It's what the people hope for.
Hey, Annalise, Tomu, can you give me a second?
Your pork bun will get cold.
It's fine, I'm not a picky eater.
What's wrong?
We just need to talk for a second.
Okay, we have relative privacy. What's wrong?
Rahzara, what's my duty of care here?
What do you mean?
Like, now I have some randos in this town thinking I'm this mythical figure, and as you know, in an hour or so I'm just gonna vanish and probably never come back.
That is irrefutable. The chances of us finding this place again are astronomical at best.
But still, hearing about kids talking about war like it's just gonna happen no matter what, I don't know, it fucks with my head a bit. They're younger than us. They shouldn't be worrying about world politics. They should be like, I don't know, playing games or enjoying the festival. I mean, I know we aren't much older, but at the same time, seeing them talk about war and peace summits is just weird.
It's their reality. As much as we just come on in and hang around for a bit, we can't do too much about it.
Why shouldn't we?
What do you mean?
What's stopping us from doing something about it?
A a lot of things, Trev. Like the watch sending you somewhere else in a little bit, or the paradox you could cause if you try to incite something as a Primus, let alone there's still Perrin to worry about.
All of that's what if. We have as long as the watch is charging to help, right?
So then what? You fake being a Primus and tell them war bad, peace good?
Essentially, you say it like it's a bad plan, but you heard them. They need something like that right now. Who knows? I could stop a whole war. Wouldn't that make all of this worth something?
All of what?
This, the watch, the show, the traveling, all of this has been fun, but why me? If I could do this, if I can help, then maybe it's all for a reason, you know? Maybe that makes all this worth it.
Sure. So you fake being a Primus and say peace is nice, and then you turn around and one of the nation heads has you assassinated for stopping their schemes? Do you really think some politicians are going to listen to you just because you call yourself a Primus? Did you even consider that someone would want this war to happen and would be willing to kill you for talking bad about it? Do you think I would feel something bad happened to you?
Rahzara,
Oh, hey you two! What are you doing out there by yourselves?
we were just talking.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So what's the summit look like?
Oh, well, people were trying to keep it going normally, but there were definitely whispers. Lord Hagen of the Valkyrie Republic looked like he had seen a ghost, though. Wonder why.
Probably had something to do with watching fire freeze over.
Yeah, I definitely fucked this one up, huh?
A little bit, yep.
Overall, though, I think things have calmed down. Primus rumors happen now and again. In a few days, it's gonna be left off. Your secret should be safe.
Yeah. Hey, so, do you think if I went over there and, pretended to be a Primus?
Stop.
No, I'm serious. Do you think it would do anyone any good?
I think that is a very heavy question.
Yeah, that seems to be the mood of the day.
Honestly, I don't know. I would like to think people would listen. They've been praying for a Primus for so long. They want so badly to believe that someone is going to fall out of the sky and save them. I mean, the amount of rumors you did cause just with your little split-second slip up there should attest to that.
Yeah. Is everyone here on high alert or something? How did nobody miss this?
I think people are worried. I think someone needs to protect them. I just don't know if that someone should be from another world.
What do you mean?
Well, you don't even know the names of our countries.
Well, sure.
Or the reasons the kingdom's tensions are rising.
You know?
Probably not all of it. Everyone is probably told a slightly different version, honestly.
Well, that makes sense.
People want the Primus to swoop in and save them, but I don't know if anyone could do that. Not alone, anyway.
And if anyone should, it should be people who are living through it. People who could connect with them, not just someone with special powers.
Yeah. You're probably right. I just wish I could do something to help you. You seem like good kids. Even Tomu, even though I think we have some weird rivalry thing going on now. The idea of you all having to deal with something like that.
If we do it together.
I guess that's something, yeah.
Yeah, and if you did want to do something for us,
Name it, kid.
come inside and finish your lunch. Tell us some stories before you have to go. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow, but we can at least make today something we can look back on, yeah?
I like your style. Okay, yeah, I'll come inside. Thanks.
No problem. Now, if you excuse me... Tomu! Annalise, I'm back!
Well, that certainly happened.
Yeah. Come on, we should do what we can before we go.
Can you think of any stories they could even understand?
I'll wing it. Well, kids, it's getting late. I think I should be getting you home now.
Oh, just a little longer?
Come on, you did just about everything there is to do.
Fine, I guess.
What'd you think of the festival, Trevor?
It was a lot of fun. Thank you for being my tour guides.
Thank you for being our chaperone.
Guess I did end up babysitting you three, huh?
Only a little.
So, any favorite parts?
I loved the bright and loud, like a fire in the sky. But way prettier.
Personally, I loved all the performances. I am a sucker for showmanship.
What made me happy was seeing everyone at just a bit of ease.
That's so boring. Come on, something less hokey.
I must. I guess the food was pretty good too.
There we go.
One of these days, I'm going to try those pork buns.
Once I work this watch, this is definitely becoming an annual trip for me.
You better come back. Who else would Tomu Bully without you?
Alright, so where should I drop you off?
What was that?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hi, Perrin.
Perrin? Is that the creepy person you mentioned?
Well,
Oh, you must have misheard me. I didn't say creepy, I...
save it. I don't oppose being feared.
You say that like it's a compliment.
It's far from an insult.
What makes you say that?
People misunderstand the purpose of fear. It is what keeps us alive, what allows us to know what is and isn't safe. There's no reason to hate or antagonize fear. You need only to use it properly.
Okay. So, why are you here?
I'm here because I gave you a very simple instruction, and you somehow managed to break that one instruction so badly that the townsfolk thought they had found a figure of legend just so you can impress some children.
Yeah, I get it. Primus is not a set of shoes I could fill. You here to beat the shit out of me for breaking your rules?
Oh, believe me, it's tempting.
Tempting. Meaning you aren't gonna beat me to a pulp?
At the end of the day, I think what you did could have gone a lot worse. Not that I think you weren't tempted to escalate.
Look, I don't know what you think gives you the authority to judge other people lost in all this multiverse nonsense, but yeah, I thought about trying to use the circumstances to do something right by these people.
You put far too much sentiment on yourself.
What do you mean?
You and I are not special. Being able to see other worlds doesn't make us above anyone. We have no right to interfere with the business of the world around us. You want to think that because you ended up here by accident that you have some grander purpose to carry out. You being here was a result of a faulty device and your own hubris, and nothing more. You are not going to change the outcomes of this world. That is in the people of this world's hands. The moment beings like you or I try to interfere, we only cause more problems than we're worth.
Maybe that's true. Maybe me being here was an accident. Hell, maybe me being in the multiverse at all is one big old fuck up. But you know what, Perrin? I'm here. I did something with my time here. I made friends, told some stories, and I had a damn fun time at this festival. I'm gonna leave this world with some pretty good memories. What do you have to show for your time here?
I have the peace of mind that I didn't cause any disasters by my mere presence.
Sounds pretty fucking hollow to me.
Every time you speak, you convince me more and more that we are far different people.
Ditto.
Hey, you two, break it up. We have some kids to take home. I think we could table this debate until after we get them off the streets at night, right?
I will allow you two to pass this time. But rest assured that if our paths cross again and I see you continuing this dangerous pattern, I will not hesitate to step in and correct your mistakes. And if necessary, eradicate the cause of said mistakes. Do I make myself clear?
Crystal. Okay, can I go?
For now,
What, you want me to come back and finish telling you why your way of thinking is pretty defeatist?
our time together on this plane is drawing to a close. But I doubt this is the last time I will see you, lost child.
Till next time, then.
Until then,
Are you alright, Trevor?
Yeah, they just seem to know exactly what to say to get under my skin, huh?
Fits, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Rahzara wasn't bullshitting. We do need to get you to bed. Your folks might get worried.
Yeah.
Oh, did we?
It's no big deal. We should head back anyway. We know the way, you don't need to walk us.
No, alright. If you're sure.
We can handle ourselves.
That's the spirit.
It was really nice meeting you all. For a little bit, it felt like nothing bad was happening around us. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I hope things work out for you all.
And when we figure out how to make the watch work, we are definitely coming back so I can try all the food here.
So, next year?
Yeah, definitely.
See you then!
Thank you for the afternoon. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you for showing us around.
Now, get going, you three.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Well, seems like our work here is done.
You're a good friend, Tref. Just don't get yourself hurt trying to help other people, okay?
Yeah, you too. Keep your head on straight and keep moving forward. You'll be fine.
Thanks, and thank you for wanting to try. I still think you'd be a good Primus.
I appreciate it. Now, seriously, get going, kid.
All right. Bye!
You know what? I think all in all, you did good, Potato Boy.
Thanks, Ra. I feel like I just ran a marathon.
That's emotional weight for you, my dude.
I do not like it. I feel like I need to take a long nap.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you're gonna get that luxury.
Yeah. At least I can sit under this tree for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you definitely earned that.
Hey, Rahzara, about earlier,
Don't worry about it, Tref. You're my best friend. I don't want you to get hurt.
No, I get it. If you were in my shoes, I would have said the same thing to you.
No, you wouldn't have. I wouldn't have done something that reckless.
I know.
I wasn't done. As much as I think what you were planning was ridiculous, you have a good heart, Tref. The fact you were willing to do all that for people you met today says a lot about you.
Oh, wow. Zara, I really appreciate that.
Good, because that will be the last time I compliment you on bad decisions.
Fair enough.
Just next time, consider I want you home in one piece.
Got it. Thanks.
Of course, what are friends for?
Yeah. Well, I think that about wraps up our adventures here in Rokadai, folks. We had a good time, met some nice kids, and I think we learned a good deal. Now, I don't usually like to do this kind of thing, but I have a bit of a thing for you to do tonight. If you have someone that you care about, maybe tell them a story. A wise friend told me that they make things feel better a little bit, at least for a while. And while you tell the people you love your stories, we'll be here telling you all ours. We still have a lot of multiverse to discover, and we can't wait to have you along for the ride. And so, this is Trevor Vantros.
And Rahzara Willowsong.
Signing out. See you next time.
And you were telling Annalise she was being hokey?
Shut up, I'm gonna try and take a nap under this tree until the watch fully charges.
And that concludes our show for this evening. We hope you enjoyed episode 5, The Night That Never Died. Tonight's story was told by the following incredibly talented people. Asa, voiced by Meggie at Elise Meggie. Tomu, voiced by Eternal Sushi. Annalise, voiced by Pixie Song. Perrin, voiced by Nick Domo. Rahzara, voiced by Midnight Blue. And Trevor Vantros, voiced by Biba17. Our lead writer is Biba17, and editing for this episode was done by Nikki at Beholder to No One. Our theme song was composed by Zach at Schedule for Launch. You can learn more about the world of Rokudai in the TTRPG Clara Fantasia, created by Sushi at Eternal Sushi. And if you would like to stay up to date on all things Parallel to Anywhere, you can follow us on Twitter at P2Anywhere and join our Discord to be a part of our community. Thank you so much for listening. We hope to see you again soon, wherever that may be.